Hi, I'm Laura Schoeggl, and I want to talk to you today about being innovative. It's what keeps your business fresh, boosts your energy high, and ultimately moves you forward. It creates inspiration, fuels action, excites us, and is absolutely necessary in the party side of your business. Being innovative means being willing to reinvent yourself, at least from time to time. General Motors engineer Charles F. Kettering said, "People are very open-minded about new things, as long as they're exactly like the old ones." I laughed when I first read this quote because there are so many moments that this has been me. Moments where I stick to habits without even noticing or knowing why. I wince when someone loads the dishwasher the wrong way. I don't care for new fashion trends until suddenly I do, right before everybody else decides to move on. That's because there is this adage that if it ain't broke, don't fix it. The problem I've found is that most of the time, this doesn't apply in sales. Society is constantly evolving and shifting through trends. Customers expect exciting new ideas that earn their attention. It is a widely accepted truth in the business world that if we are not actively embracing and anticipating new ideas, someone else is, and our businesses will be left behind. We must strive to be innovative. A few years into my UBAM business, soon after it had exploded, I took a deep breath and a good look around. I was an early adopter of Facebook parties, trying my first online event in 2012. And now I have a large team that is strong and thriving, thanks almost exclusively to Facebook parties. It was that exclusively part that freaked me out. A large part of my team's sales and UBAM's revenue was tied up in Facebook parties, on a platform we had absolutely no control over, a platform that had a reputation for unfriendly policies and a history of making changes with no warning. Our ability to sell there could be taken away at the drop of a hat, and sometimes it was. How many of you have spent time in Facebook jail? How many of you woke up one day to discover that you couldn't use Visly or Post My Party or SynthShare to post to events anymore? Those companies had no more warning than you did. And the worst part is that we never know how much more restrictive Facebook will get. The need for an online platform custom built for direct sales was so apparent that I was certain someone was already developing it and would roll it out any day. I waited a while, grew impatient, started brainstorming, and chatted with people I respect, including Randall and Heather. With their encouragement, blessing, and support, I recruited a few talented software designers, including the founder of Visly, and we began developing a virtual party platform. After over 2 years of design and development, my partners and I opened the doors to Schoeggl just a couple weeks ago. Schoeggl is the sound of excitement. That's exactly how we want you to feel during your events on Schoeggl. We call them Schoeggl-vents, and how we want your customers to feel about your books. Parties are fun, and your party platform should feel fun too. Before we talk about what Schoeggl is, though, let's talk about what Schoeggl is not and why it matters for the health of our industry. I don't believe Facebook parties are dead, but there is a certain Facebook party fatigue among consumers, which is causing participation to drop. We're also coming across more and more customers who are opting into Instagram or other social media sites and are not on Facebook at all. By running our online sales primarily in Facebook, we are cutting ourselves off from a large portion of the potential online market. Now, my original plan for Schoeggl was to simulate Facebook parties, so it's tempting to think of Schoeggl events as Facebook parties, just not on Facebook. But as often happens, the platform evolved into so much more than our original plan. Forget Facebook and think of Schoeggl as a home party that's held online. It blends the intimacy of an in-home event with the convenience of being online in your PJs from your own couch. Imagine the feeling of a virtual living room where your host is able to bring her friends together into a cohesive conversation with little private chats along the side. In Facebook, with conversation that's fractured across multiple posts, you almost get the feeling of just passing your friends in the hallway. With Schoeggl, you get to be in the same place, sharing the same content and conversation together in real time, and truly connecting in the process. And better connections mean better opportunities for sales. Schoeggl gives a dedicated space for online events that's free from the usual social media noise. Without notifications flying left, right, and center, you'll find you're able to truly focus on your hosts and guests and enjoy a more social experience. And without those distractions, your guests are much more likely to focus on you and less likely to wander off. When we can provide a social experience for our customers that better mimics real-life interactions, we build loyalty. We make them feel more valued and included, and we lessen their resistance to sales parties. These are all critical for the long-term health of our online businesses. You can further boost connections in your Schoeggl events by going live. Showing your personality in this way gives you the opportunity to stand out from the crowd of other consultants. And because live broadcasts in Schoeggl are supported by YouTube Live and Google Hangouts, you can choose to have your host on live with you, and even her friends, because Hangouts has video chat support for up to 25 people. Schoeggl guests enjoy a complete lack of barriers. There's no need to create an account or download a program. It's totally independent of any specific social media platform. All guests need to attend is an internet connection. With one single link, your host's friends will RSVP to the event and sign up for automated event reminders. They'll use the same link to come back and attend the Schoeggl event at party time. This brings me to another topic, pre-party. Just for a minute, imagine completely ditching the pre-party habit. Now, I know your heart may race a little bit. This might sound a little outside your comfort zone, but I truly think this is in the best interest of our industry, and here's why. Pre-party posts can help us to get to know our party guests in advance and start building those relationships with them. But most of us have seen engagement in these posts drop off rapidly in recent months and years. That's because they stretch the amount of time that everyone must be present and engaged in the party, meaning more work for the consultant and host and more party fatigue for the customer. The customer, who doesn't really know the ins and outs of the party, may even wonder what's going on. Is it a one-day event? Is it going to be lasting for a week? Has the party started yet? Pre-party can actually be a little bit confusing. Combine all those things together, and in short, your hosts and guests are all more likely to tune us out. With the home party, you ask your host for details on who will be attending. You're fully present and social during the party, and then you wrap it up. This is the magic of a Schoeggl event as well, with the added perk that those who can't make it on the night of the party are able to pop in the next day and see what they missed. Many of our earliest adopters have enjoyed the freedom of ditching the pre-party and have been really creative in finding ways to engage with those potential customers in advance. With Schoeggl, you're still able to gather the information you need to tailor your parties to your guests using the RSVP survey tool. This can be as simple as including questions about the ages and interests of their readers. Or you can even include an opportunity for guests to provide additional contact info to receive a custom wish list or prize notifications from you as well. Every Schoeggl event starts with what we call the event timeline, which is essentially a series of posts that can be used again and again like a template. You'll get to mix and match your choice of post types, including graphics, YouTube videos, live broadcasts, poll questions, and even interactive posts like our shake ball and spin the wheel games, complete with confetti. Schoeggl also offers freedom from constantly changing graphic sizes of Facebook. Design once and you're done. Let's not forget that this is a sales party, and we don't just want guests to interact with you, we also want them to interact with our products. As you present different books to your attendees, they can see a list of those books and star their favorites, flagging them for more information and easy shopping links direct to your e-commerce site. Adding products to your post is pretty easy. And once you've done the work, you can reuse your timeline for future events, and all of the products and links will automatically be loaded for you. Even better, we've developed a way to code UBAM product links so you can make sure that all of your party orders will go to you and your host correctly, even if you use the same timeline for multiple hosts or share it with a team member. It's important in this business that the work you do once can be easily duplicated across team members, keeping your workload sustainable even in seasons of rapid team growth. Schoeggl supports this need with share codes for both timelines and RSVP surveys, allowing you to get your existing team members and new consultants up and rolling on Schoeggl quickly. To get you started quickly as well, I've developed a couple resources you can put to good use immediately in your own business and with your team members. This is a timeline code for a complete party that is ready to plug and play. Heads up on using those codes. When you import a timeline, be sure to enter in the information that Schoeggl will use to update the product links. By following these quick instructions, you can automatically update all the product links in a party in seconds. Because I want to give lots of goodies to my UBAM family, I have another awesome tool for you. Here's the share code for a team training you can run with your teams, focusing exclusively on host coaching for successful Schoeggl events. We've found that Schoeggl is a great platform not just for parties, but also for team trainings like this and for recruiting events as well. Schoeggl will also act as your hub for information after the event is over, gathering all the details about your party guests in one simple place. This includes anything specific to the event itself, like prizes they won, items they starred as favorites, and even your private chat history with them. We have plans to continue adding data reports to help you gain insight into, for example, which products featured in your event are most popular. Our beta testers have already experimented with a number of different ways to convert party guests into customers and then into loyal VIP group members outside of Schoeggl, many of which are discussed in the team training on host coaching, so be sure to check that out. As I wrap up, I wanted to focus for just a minute more on the idea of being innovative, which at its root simply means being willing to experiment. Going back to my first days in Facebook parties, I can tell you there was a whole heck of a lot of experimentation. A lot of strategies that I tried, evaluated, adjusted, or even let go. There were times I considered abandoning Facebook parties altogether. But I am so glad that I continued to look for ways to make my parties a success and transformed my team in the process. And now, the same opportunity is true with Schoeggl. It's our task as consultants to do our very best job to get amazing rewards for our hosts. They are our priority. With Facebook, that often meant accepting the limitations of the platform exactly as it was, and being innovative in developing our own unique workarounds and ways to strengthen its weak spots. Not everything in Schoeggl will work the way you're used to, and in most cases, that's a good thing. But it will take experimentation, adaptation, creativity, and yes, innovation to find the sweet spot that brings the very best party results for you and for UBAM. I'm excited to tackle this process together because I know the power of our collaboration, and I have no doubt we will transform our parties and the direct sales industry with Schoeggl. In closing, I'd like to get just a little vulnerable and honest. There have been moments in my business where I was at what felt like the pinnacle of success, that almost without realizing it, I'd convinced myself that I had mastered all I needed to in order to stay there. This is the arrogance of success, the naive optimism of a comfort zone, and none of us are immune to it, least of all me. The truth is, success isn't like that. It isn't found once and kept forever. It must be repeatedly earned, and we earn it by continuing to seek out inspiration and innovation. If it ain't broke, don't fix it is a tempting adage, no doubt. That's because sticking with what we've always done, with what has proven to be successful in the past, feels less risky and more comfortable. Sticking with Facebook parties, even if they are less effective than they were 3 years ago, feels easier and more comfortable. Yet direct sales is not about staying in your comfort zone. We know that. We teach that. We live it in our own businesses. UBAM is about growth, about constant reinvention of ourselves and our businesses to become the best we can be. Be innovative. Be relentless in your exploration of new ideas and, yes, new tools, and you will be successful. Thank you.